Hey you guys, and welcome back. Today I am doing a really quick video, mostly because I started filming this way too late and my friend is coming over today and I have like a few minutes to film. But I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite fall makeup. This is basically makeup that I feel like I reach for more in the fall time and I kind of associate with the fall season. I'm not spending too much time on lips because I have a whole fall lipstick video coming out, so I'm not going to be spending that much time on lipsticks. I just kind of picked certain makeup products that I thought work well in the fall time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and let's just go ahead and get started. So I actually realized as I'm looking at the pile in front of me, I don't have any primers to talk about, but that is okay because I don't really have primers that are specific to the fall time. So let's just go straight into foundations. I wanted to pick one from like every category. So for matte foundations, I actually do kind of like wearing matte foundations in the fall more than I do in the winter and the spring. If you're gonna wear a matte foundation, I feel like the best time is fall, at least for my like normal combination skin type. So the matte foundation of choice is the Maybelline Superstay foundation. This is such a nice product. I love it. I just think it's such a reliable foundation. It lasts forever on me. It doesn't break up. It doesn't feel drying on my skin. Of course, I'm not wearing it today. I'm not wearing a lot of these products today, I'll be honest, but it just looks so nice when it's applied. It's a high quality foundation at a drugstore price. It's one of my favorite foundations that Maybelline has out. I have the shade 120 Classic Ivory, which tends to suit me in the fall. It's actually pretty close to my natural skin color, and it's just a good foundation if you're looking for something long wearing. I guess it's not really matte, it's more like a satin finish, good coverage foundation from the drugstore. And then for glowy foundations, one of my all-time favorites is the NYX Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation. This little guy is amazing. It's probably one of the best drugstore foundations that I've ever tried. This is in the shade Nude. I love the way it looks on my skin. It's actually a really good color match for me in the fall. It's really nice if you have an olive skin tone like I do. It lasts a long time on me. It gives my skin a nice healthy glow and I just love it so much. This one can even go into winter because it's got that nice dewy finish to it, and also the coverage is really good. Last product for the foundation category is a tinted moisturizer, and one that I really like is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. Mine is in the shade Light 6W. This is just a good, comfortable tinted moisturizer. It looks really beautiful on the skin. It has pretty sheer coverage. Maybe you can build it up a little bit towards like a light coverage, but just kind of evens out your skin tone. It wears really nicely throughout the day. I used to wear this one to work when we were working in the office, and I put it on at like 6:30 in the morning. I come home at 5:30 and it still looked amazing on the skin. It has nice packaging. It has a pump. I like it. So I thought I would mention this one as part of the tinted moisturizer category. I'm gonna skip powders because I use the same powder year round. It's not specific to a season. Same thing with bronzers. I don't have like specific fall bronzers to talk about. So I'm gonna jump into blushes. I kind of have three different color categories I wanted to mention. In the fall time, I tend to wear warm toned blushes, and then in the winter, I'll wear like the more cooler toned pinky blushes. So the first one, which I feel like I've talked about already on my channel, is the e.l.f. Always Fiery Primer Infused Blush. This is just a really pretty burnt coral shade. It looks really intimidating when you swatch it, but once it's sheared out on your skin, it's just a really nice flush of warmth on your cheeks. I actually really like it. I think the quality is really amazing on the e.l.f. Primer Infused products. Their bronzers, their blushes, they're just really high quality. Then I have this one from NYX. It's their Terra Cotta blush. I don't actually know what these are called, but they have this kind of like quilted, not quilted. Yeah, I guess like quilted cushiony imprint on them. This is such a unique blush color. Like I don't know of any other blush from the drugstore that is this shade. It's definitely a more metallic blush, but it really lights up your cheeks. It has this beautiful rich terracotta finish to it. It's a blush that I always pull back out in the fall time. It works really well on my skin tone. I think if you're a medium skin tone like me or even deeper, you would really like this blush. The formula is great, no complaints about that. Last is a peach, and I wanted to include a stick peach. This is the Wet n Wild stick blush in the shade Hustle and Glow. I'm wearing this one on my cheeks today. I went pretty subtle. It has a nice dewy finish. It's a really flattering peach shade. I love wearing peaches in the fall. I think that more so than I even wear peaches in the summer. I feel like peach is more of my blush color of choice in the autumn months. Those are the 3 blushes that I want to recommend to you guys in this video. These are just like the shades and the formulas that I like. There are so many other great blush formulas out there. I just wanted to mention a few, so those are the ones that I thought I would include in this video. Okay, and then I guess the next category would be eyeshadows, because like I mentioned, bronzers, highlighters, those are kind of all any season for me. So for eyeshadows, the first one I want to talk about is something you guys would have seen throughout the month of September, because it was my palette that I was wearing all the time, and it's the I Heart Revolution Creme Brulee palette. It's a mixture of mattes and shimmers, and of course it's filled with these rich, warm fall shades. I just love this palette. Like, if I could pick one palette to wear for the entire season, it would be this one. I love the colors in here. I also like that they threw in some pops of purple in here. I just love this palette, and again, the formula is amazing on the mattes and the shimmers. Highly recommend it. I know that like Makeup Revolution can be kind of hit or miss sometimes with their palettes. In general, I'm always pretty satisfied with them. Then I wanted to include an all matte palette because I wear the most matte eyeshadows on my lids in the fall time. In the summer, I tend to go for more of the creams or the shimmery shades, and the same thing with the spring. But in the fall, I think is when I really embrace matte eyeshadow looks. So I wanted to include this one, which is the NYX Lid Lingerie. They're all matte shades. They're very neutral. Even though you don't get a black shade in here, you do get this brown, which is kind of like a deeper plummy brown shade, which actually isn't too bad. On my skin tone, I feel like it's deep enough to like line the eyes with or smudge out a black eyeliner. I love it. I think this is a really good quality eyeshadow. Little eyeshadow palette's also perfect for traveling. NYX is not a brand that I tend to go for when it comes to eyeshadows. I feel like they are really hit or miss with their eyeshadows. There's a lot of palettes from NYX that I've tried that I just don't like the formula. This one, however, is really good. They blend really nicely. They're not overly pigmented, but they do have enough color to them, and I don't really have any problems with the formula. And last but not least are the lip products. So like I mentioned at the beginning, I don't have a lot to share with you lip-wise because I did just film, hopefully I've posted it already, but I filmed a Drugstore lipstick video where I go and show you a whole bunch of different lip options, but I wanted to stick to color categories. So like the first color that I really love in the fall time is kind of a burnt peach or burnt orange. This is NYX Peach Don't Kill My Vibe, which is part of their Suede mattes. I love this shade. It's so unique to find this at the drugstore. I think I actually included this in my 2019 fall favorite lipstick video, but it's just such a unique shade from the drugstore. It is a beautiful burnt peach shade. I really love to wear this one in the fall. The next category are Terra Cottas. I have a couple to share with you. The first one is this L'Oreal Rouge Signature, can never remember the name, but they're like blotted Rouge Signature lipstick. This one is in the shade Amaze. It's a pretty warm terracotta. I'm wearing this one on my lips today, just in the center, and then I just smudged it out. It is a pretty intense terracotta. If you haven't tried terracotta lips like this before, I don't know if you would like it. It is pretty intense. It's definitely a color that I always pull out again in the fall time. The other one I have is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink liquid lipstick in the shade Fighter, which I still feel like it's a Terra Cotta, but it definitely leans more towards the browner tones. Again, a very unique shade to find at the drugstore. It's unique at the drugstore, but it's not really that unique, I think, amongst the Maybelline Superstays. I feel like they have a couple colors that are really similar to this one now. It's just a mixture of brown and orange that is actually not as unwearable as it looks. I think in some ways it's even more wearable than the previous two shades that I just swatched. It's one of my favorite fall lipsticks for sure. And the last one that I wanted to mention is kind of like part of the raisin category. I had a whole video on my favorite rum and raisin lipsticks last year. I posted it last year, so I will try to remember to link it down below. And I'm basically talking about that category. A newer product that I've tried that would fit into that category, and I really love it, is the Covergirl 24-hour, what are these called? Matte lipsticks? I thought they were called their like 24-hour Exhibitionist lipsticks, but this is what they look like. This one is in the shade Soloist. These are extremely matte. They dry down really quickly and they don't transfer, at least on me. You do have to wait a little bit, but they won't transfer once they set on your lips. And this color is so pretty. I love rum and raisin tones. After Terra Cotta, I think rum and raisin lipsticks are my favorites to wear. I would definitely recommend Soloist if you're looking for a good raisin shade that is matte and it's gonna last on your lips a really long time without transferring. Anyway, those are the 4 lip colors that I like to wear in the fall time, and that sums up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of short and maybe a little bit random, but I hope you found it helpful. Let me know what are some of your favorite products to pull out again in the fall time. Thank you guys as always for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Please subscribe if you would like to see more videos, and I will see you in my next one.